screen. Ban on Tassadar coming out of Clairvoyant.
Yep. Okay.
Teams have, in fact, switched sides. And I believe they've banned Tassadar every single game. Now, Cursed Hollow, I like the ban on Tassadar because Tassadar could stall for a long time. Very powerful on this map. Oracle, very useful. Everything about the hero's kit, a lot of damage, a lot of power. And on the other side, we have a ban on Tychus coming out of Glorious. Very common.
Yep.
No surprise there.
Okay, so yeah, ban Tassadar, ban Tychus. All right, so where's Arthas going to fit into this? That's usually my first question. Stitches, because we're going back to... Oh, what? Zeratul.
That's
first pick.
interesting.
That is interesting.
It's a deny on Glaurung more than anything, as far as I can tell. Glaurung is like, yes, Zeratul wasn't banned. First pick Zeratul.
That's true. He has been banned out by... But Glorious was the one to ban him the first two games. Oh, okay. All right. I like this.
Val and Nazebo saying, look, we're taking the range powerhouses. We're going to see a pickup on Falstad and probably Arthas here. Falstad will be picked up no matter what. And I think we're having some discussion.
I think we're having some discussion, eh?
Yeah, that's up to Sia Steve. So we'll have to get him to come over here and give us a confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Keep talking, Jake.
As they continue to draft, see Steve here with the ruling.
Can't see him on screen.
They're asking for a different host.
If they want to give West Coast, if they want to give,
All right, so let's get back into discussing that draft.
Esports? Well, the draft is on hold up right now.
Yeah, so you can still talk about some of the heroes. Okay. So Glorious picks up Nazebo. Nazebo seems to have a pretty high win rate this tournament. And it's everything seems to be revolving around Nazebo, and what does the other team do to counter that? And the counters to those counters, of course. So, of course, like you mentioned, we are waiting on that. But who would you like to see Clairvoyant pick up, keeping in mind that they seem to be a late-game oriented team?
I think Falstad is still crucial. I already said that.
Okay.
I think Falstad's crucial. I want Falstad Arthas, personally.
So, okay, Falstad, and who was the other? Would you say Arthas?
Yes, that's what I want to see.
All right, it's Falstad. So that's no solution though to Nazebo. None of those. They don't have any stuns. I mean, you're basically looking for a situation where you're going to out DPS and try to just burn down Nazebo as fast as possible. With Zeratul, maybe that's possible, but I guess they haven't locked themselves into a tank yet. So we're looking at a situation where still Stitches is a very good pick. So I'd like to.
Oh my goodness! Look at this guy. He gets the exact picks correct. Arthas Falstad are picked up here for Clairvoyant.
I have a very salty face on right now.
I mean, some of us know how to play this game and some don't, but I kid. So we have Arthas, Falstad, Zeratul so far. I like those picks mainly because I think Falstad's necessary because the other ranged assassins involved in picking up. All the big ranged assassins are...
Hey, don't get me wrong. They're very solid heroes. They're strong heroes, but we've seen time and time again, if your team doesn't have a solution to deal with Nazebo, you're in trouble.
We're talking late game, though, and those are two really good late game heroes.
It's true. That is true.
And if that's their strength, they need to run with it. Nazebo is going to be trouble for them. And the draft is finally continuing here. So we'll see what Glorious ends up going with.
Would you like to see Glorious pick up right wing?
As a counter pick, as a deny?
Yeah.
In general, it's good against Nazebo, and it's good with Nazebo. So I think it's a mistake if they don't pick up right wing. And especially considering that they actually do, in fact, have...
And we've seen Nirok time and time again. He plays right wing well.
That's his favorite hero.
It seems to be.
So I'd be shocked if they don't pick up right wing.
Because
right wing Nazebo is just so terrifying. And look at that. Syracuse has the Master Nazebo skin on screen right now. Like, that's...
I like that skin. Some people are talking about... Okay, so we have Murd and Brightwing. Yeah. That's almost a deny. That's actually this part of the draft, the third and fourth heroes for the second pick team. Both Brightwing Murd and both these
we've
past
seen
two
ZP's
games.
Murd in so much. I mean, this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. Really, really strong pickups here, and we'll probably see Glaurung. What will Glaurung play?
Kerrigan is still available.
Oh, goodness. Kerrigan
he
with
could definitely pick
Muradin
up.
and Vala in the back line. That's actually pretty scary. It's we'll see. We'll
So
see.
Clairvoyant still has to pick up a healer.
It's
They're
their
probably going to take Uther, I would imagine. So they'll take Uther, and then they're basically left. I'm guessing that they'll probably they got to do something about Nazebo though. Still, and they just removed 2 of the strong options for it. So
they're in a tough spot.
but they're also in a place where they need to. I would really like to see Clairvoyant pick up Kerrigan for one of these 2 final picks. Raynor, Malfurion. Okay. Okay, and then Glorious picks up Kerrigan immediately.
Wow, this.
Okay. All right.
This is.
I give this draft like 80-20.
I'm with you. Raynor and Malfurion were like 2 of the last things I would have suggested. I like Malfurion. Are they going to try to go for Twilight? Or are they going to try to do what Glorious did, where they use Tranquility to sustain against the Ravenous? Now, that can totally work. And based on their composition, it half works. Like, Zeratul doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Doesn't really fit in that too well. Yeah, Void Prison is great. But
they're hoping to get what? What is it that they're hoping to do to snipe?
Well, that's
Nazebo.
and sustain through the Ravenous more. That's more the story. It's not so much even interrupt the Ravenous; it's sustain the Ravenous. Raynor has the heal as his quote unquote E. And then Trent Kubi is making the most disgusted face of his life, and yeah, we'll see what's going on here. So as we fix the overlay,
Production. I was making too many silly faces at Jake there. He's telling me about how Clairvoyant's going to be sustaining through Ravenous Spirit. Well, I'd love to see it happen, but it hits hard and it's scary. It does a lot of damage, and yeah, you're gonna need Tranquility, but you only have the 1 healer on your team. You don't have Tassadar for additional shielding. Ugh.
Look at these.
That's the sound I make is ugh.
Look at these winged bros hanging out.
All right, so let's get into introduction these teams here. For Glorious, we have Galaurong on Kerrigan. ZPs will be playing Muradin. Cathan Luck on Vala. Syracuse on Nazebo. And Nirak will be rounding it out on Brightwing.
And on the other side of the map, we do in fact have the incorrect logos on screen, and I apologize for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to fix that real quick now.
All right, I'll introduce the other team while you're doing that. Okay, so for Clairvoyant Gaming, we have Clown playing Raynor. Echo will be on Arthas. Spanker will be playing Falstad. Caterpillar on Malfurion. And Atlanta will be playing Zeratul. All right, so Jake's going to be trying to do some crazy multitasking here, but we will be seeing a 3v3 bottom lane. Zeratul is going to be rotating around, floating between.
This is the production right now. You get to watch that. I'm sorry, I have to fix another scene really quick here. It's unideal, but it's a mistake of my error.
Yeah.
Kubi, what's going on the map?
Sure, okay. So yeah, like I was saying, we do have a 3-person push on bottom lane here with Nirak, Syracuse, and Galaurong. We've seen this time and time again on Game 1. Galaurong was just able to get those picks with the Primal Grasp and the Impaling Spikes. They were able to get so many picks early game. It put Clairvoyant into a really bad position early on, going into like the mid and late games. We were able to see Clairvoyant pick up the slack a little bit, and actually worked out really well for them last game, of course, because they were able to take the late game very convincingly, honestly. But Galaurong was playing Chen last game. Obviously, he can't take Zeratul because they stole him first pick. Clairvoyant did, but he's on Kerrigan. We've seen him do some scary stuff on Kerrigan, especially game 1. So
you could say his Kerrigan is Scarrigan.
What?
Steve shouting at me in the distance.
You could have made like a bat reference or something Halloween related because it's on the Halloween skin. You just said Scarrigan. Well, I'm sorry, stream. I'm sorry for that you had to listen to that atrocity.
Syracuse is taking a decent amount of damage, and our zombie wall here doing a lot of work on Clown, but he has all the healing from himself and Malfurion. Look how full he is.
Yeah, he actually took the upgrade to the passive Adrenaline Rush. I'm blanking on the name of it, but basically it gives you 50%. It's give me more. That's it. It gives you a 50% addition in health to whenever you trigger that passive, which I think is below 15% HP. He gets a boost of HP immediately healed back or very close to. So if you get him to that point, he's going to almost heal up to full.
Now, if the Howling Blast hit a little bit sooner, if he threw that down, preemptively, that could have been a kill. But nice attempt either way. But in this bottom lane, I mean, we have the continued aggression here coming out of Glorious on the left side for the blue team. And just kind of making sure they take out some damage from these towers. Ammo almost gone on the top tower. Not a lot of damage done, though.
So, Jake, I got a question for you. If he's taking the upgrade to Adrenaline Rush, is this part of your sustained through Ravenous Spirit?
I'm out of ideas, my friend. we're gonna see what happens in this game at this point.
Okay. All right. So some of the other builds that we see, ZPs once again is going for that Thunderclap build. At least the level 1 upgrade. It slows down the auto attacks for those who are hit with Thunderclap. I think the second one is an increased damage, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. For Cathan Luck on Vala, we see a multi-shot build. That's pretty standard for Valas these days. Bribe on Brightwing. So that could play into, especially with the mobility that we've talked about before. We also have a Bribe on Spanker's Falstad. So there is a Tribute top lane here, and it looks as though Glorious is positioned very strongly for that.
Yeah, Atlanta just trying to stall it out here. I mean, they're pushing hard in the bottom lane while this is happening.
Right.
So that's one thing that Clairvoyant has going for them right now. But again, I mean, how long can you delay this? Because especially with Cthulhu coming up, that means they're not soaking mid, but Cthulhu rotating on before he loses any minions. So he rotated up after he cleared his wave, and then I was going back. Atlanta being pressured here by ZPs, but he should be able to blink out of this. Oh, he's actually.
Oh, I like it. Yes.
Hearth walking, saying, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" I like it. You know, just
cool little psychological taunts here and there. It's fun. Slash dancing is just too risky at this point.
Oh no,
there's other ways to taunt people.
You can't cancel the dance. You can't cancel the dance.
No,
it's a
you
little
cannot.
bit too much.
Oh boy! All right, so both teams have hit level 7 here. Syracuse has opted to go with Gidbin, which is the buff to all of his neutral abilities. We've seen some teams take Clairvoyant there, but I think more often than not we'll see Nazebo's grabbing Gidbin just to improve those abilities. We have on level 7 for Kerrigan. That's Glaurung there. He's taking the Zerglings on Impaling Blades. So that's interesting. That's an extra little, it's a body in the fight. Something and the DPS isn't too bad on it either. I think it does about half of the DPS that Kerrigan would normally be doing auto attacking.
Well, we see them posturing for this tribute. They're hiding in the various bushes, spread out oh so well, but as they start to come in, they're coming in from multiple angles as well. We have Atlanta coming in from the top. He's going to see what he can find in the backline. Syracuse doesn't want to get hit by that, but Glaurung is a pretty good bodyguard.
Yeah, they're going to back up here, I think.
Yeah,
they're soaking both these lanes very well, and we should see this translate to a pretty sizable level advantage.
I mean, not huge, but still they're in the lead for level 10, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
If you hit level 10 first, that's really kind of a big deal. I mean, having those heroics, and especially against a team like Clairvoyant, which we've seen in the last 2 games, that really relies on level 10 points.
Right.
ZP's, though, getting caught out of position a little bit here.
Oh, nice stun there.
Yep, yeah, he throws down a Stormhammer, and backs on up.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to look at the level positioning, I would guess that Clairvoyant would probably be up 2 tributes.
Oh my goodness, Glaurung going in, getting the stun, the full combo going down on Clown, but Clown's able to back up here as Atlanta also bolts out of the way, blinking back to his base.
Hey, post-nerf on the Primal Grasp, if you're able to grab 2 people in there like that, it's big thumbs up. You got a ton of shields out of it. It's hard to do. So that was a really nice start out to that fight. They weren't able to get any, or convert to get any kills there, but still nice stuff. Yeah,
slipping away once again. Trying that Howling Blast, trying that double gank with the Howling Blast and the Zeratul. They failed every time thus far because Cathan Luck is too on point, but doesn't hurt to keep on trying.
Yeah. All right, so both teams have hit level 10 here. We see Maelstrom from Kerrigan, or as Jake likes to call it, Maelstrom. Avatar out of Murden. Strafe from Vala.
Oh, Glaurung is getting super low. We saw the Emerald Wind going there for the zoning, and they're looking for the Ravenous. They want to stop it, but what do they have? They actually have nothing at all. Shocking though, gets Nirak. What a sniper.
Oh, gosh.
ZP's was a little bit too late to the battle here. He's just starting to leave. The tribute will have to be abandoned, and it will go to Clairvoyant.
Wow. I would have liked to have seen the setup for that fight just to see what got Glorious so out of position. Like you said, we saw Glaurung just get nuked immediately and he just died. Just about every heroic was thrown down in that fight, which sort of just kind of scrambled and just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, ZP's jumping over the wall, surviving. Nirak comes into a pretty scary position, but he's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
2-1 in favor of Clairvoyant right now.
Yeah, Clairvoyant's up 2 kills, and that's pretty much why we see them in the experience advantage that they have right now.
Look at this gank attempt on Clown.
He's gonna die.
Does he have his passive available? He does. Is it enough? It is not.
Especially with the zombie wall there. He just wasn't paying attention on the map. You have to be able to look at the position that you're in and just say, oh, can I see where everyone else is on the other enemy team? Oh, I can't. I probably shouldn't push too much past the mid lane, or the midpoint of the lane. And that's why he got killed. 101, MOBA.
101. Professional knowledge right here, my friends. We see this goal will be picked up for Glorious. It's looks like they're actually going to be giving up the tribute here,
Yeah.
opting to take this golem, and they're going to go down into the bottom lane and push with it because they know they're too late for this top tribute. ZP is actually a little out of position, able to hop over the wall. Nirak using Emerald Wind, kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was worth using Emerald Wind there. They're still going to lose the tribute,
Yep.
so if it got him out of there without dying, if he felt like he was going to die, that's fine. But they're giving up this tribute regardless, and they are going to be cursed.
But they do have this golem pushing the bottom lane for them, so it's a small little victory as they do rotate up here. Looks like a little bit indecisive. Valor deciding to push in the bottom lane, maybe going to try to trade fort for fort. But this top lane, this top fort is in a rough spot.
Yeah, I can tell you the Clairvoyant's going to be able to push quite a bit harder, and the golem is nice, but having the forts and keeps and not being able to fire back, that's going to stand for a little bit more.
And we actually see Glorious rotating into the middle lane, assuming that they're actually going to back up here after this, and Clairvoyant does. Fort for fort, so it's even in that regard, but look at this. They're just going to grab their own golem, and does Glorious catch on?
Honestly, it doesn't matter if they do. They can't stop it. So, wisely, they're just going to back up. They take these night camps. So, they've avoided taking too much damage during this curse here, but they haven't really been able to accomplish much. They're going to be facing another golem pushing down top lane, which has already been cleared out. So, I like the strategy from Clairvoyant here. Just the way that they've lined things up.
Yeah, and they still got a few seconds on the curse here. Just going to get the 400 XP off
Sure,
that tower.
wow.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and they have the option here to either put a lot more pressure on mid and split it with top because they have to respond to the golem, which means that they can choose to take the riskier play would be to push with the golem and try to get the keep, or they can take the safer route, push down, take mid fort, and have them respond. It would be pretty much a free fort.
Thonlock getting a little bit cheeky here as Nirak is forced to poly just to make sure that Thonlock is going to be okay. Like you said, Golem being defended here in the top lane, not going to get a lot of damage done, but this opens the doors for them to push this middle fort down.
Right. They should be able to take this uncontested. Otherwise, they'd be taking way too much damage from that golem pushing in top lane.
And we can just see, Echo going in, doing what he can to deal as much damage. Oh, in that Void Prison to stall them out. They get the fort.
Final snipe from Clown to take out that fort. Okay, so they popped VP to get that fort just to guarantee it without having to take a fight that they might have been at disadvantage. I think I would have been okay with them just fighting there.
I mean, you're talking a 90-second cooldown to get a few hundred XP.
Oh, yeah, I think it's actually higher than that too. I think it's over 100 seconds. So it's something. It's a lot of utility in your team fights to be able to control who's fighting at what time, and you pop that just so that you can get the last hit on a fort. That said, I'd say they're still ahead, especially push-wise. The golem did get all the way to their keep, so at level-wise, it seems as though Glorious has taken the lead back.
Yeah, Glorious is a little bit of an edge, but it's not. It's negligible. Nicely done by Atlanta, but
Rewind.
The rewind is
Wow.
there, and he falls anyways.
That was fast.
He kind of got incinerated.
I think perhaps when he saw the first Primal Grasp had missed, maybe he felt safe. Not the case. Rewind is there, and he landed the second one. This puts them in a very nice spot to push forward here. I think they should be able to get this wall here.
It's a nice aggressive position here. They're at least going to get some towers, get that experience, get level 16 and level 16 talents are a nice edge to have in your opponent. Going into the Clown right away with that Primal Grasp again over the wall. Think you're safe in your base. Well, no, you're not with a Kerrigan on the other enemy team.
Yep, and like you said, they were able to just push just a little bit there just to get level 16. It's a nice advantage going into the next tribute, which I believe is... Oh, look at that spawning right now. The timing. They know what they're doing.
They know the timing. They're waiting to make sure they don't come for the shrine. The second they get the eyes on, they're going to leave, and it looks like they're just waiting. And they're going the safe route, grabbing the knights on the way, and Chorus is going to be disappointed. When they see this capped, they're going to immediately have to rotate up. They're going to be a little bit late to that fight. Here's the cap.
They're trading a keep out here.
Here they go. Oh, you're right.
They're trading a keep out here. As soon as I see people showing up, they're just going to move right in to take that keep. There's no other reason for them to be down there. Right wing is just keeping eyes. Just going to use this bribe
and
here.
This makes them think, oh, maybe they're waiting. Maybe they're at their spawn.
Here they go. Yep, Nirak is phase shifting right over there, and they are going to push forward. They're going to be able to take this keep. Wow, they're giving it up. They're going to be able to get this keep really fast.
Yeah, it's going to go down. I mean, we have all 5 members here. Look at how much damage
I
they've
lied.
done. Oh, my goodness.
They got
Void
CPs
Prison
and
on
Syracuse.
2 members. Syracuse is in a rough spot. The root goes down. They're going to drop the wall at the last 12 seconds. The root gets the kill, or the secure there. But the strafe doing so much damage. Echo falls before Army of the Dead can even be used. Glowering getting some shielding from his Maelstrom, but not too much because he's not actually hitting anything right now. And you can see how full the health is in everyone else from that Tranquility. But Glorious got enough damage done. They got a kill.
Yep. So considering that they were halfway across the map, Glorious was not in any position to contest that tribute. They were able to pull Clairvoyant all the way across the map, get a kill, and it looks like, well, I mean, they could have probably gotten up there before Zeratul did, and they could have taken that tribute. So they decided that responding to the Knights was more important. I can understand that. But they were able to turn that situation on its head.
Yeah, they really were. I mean, it was a nice play, nice as a play, and well done by Glorious. I mean, they keep a little bit of just about a 1 level advantage right now, and they're grabbing this golem to continue to push their advantage forward. On the other side of the map, we can see that they're kind of scrambling around. How much time is left in their golem? Another 50 seconds.
Another 50 seconds, right? That's what I was wondering. I thought I saw a couple of members hanging around there.
Yeah.
Perhaps that cooldown was ready, but not the case. So they do have a golem that they need to respond to. What is Glorious going to do in this meantime? They're going to push with it. Are they going to respond and push elsewhere on the map? We'll have to see.
Well, Mercs and Knights being taken. Every single Merc camp is taken, and the tribute has spawned 1-to-1 in the counts here.
They're going for golem.
Yeah, they're actually opting for the golem. They know that's not crucial to get this right away. They got to defend this golem.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Glorious right now. They're taking very strong map control. You know, a couple minutes ago I would have said that Clairvoyant was very, very far in the lead, but they were pushing out their golem. But wow, okay, they're actually just opting to take the support in the meantime while they're waiting for this to spawn. I can understand that.
Yeah, keep that grind of 20, you know, going. Yep. Keep that pressure up.
Here they go. But Clairvoyant is very wise to this. Are they going to set up a party bush?
Oh my goodness. They're wrapping around.
Whoa.
Clown did not see him. Clown did not see Kerrigan.
Rewind.
Can rewind. Put the stun from the snipe. Gets some knockback. Howling Blast actually
awful.
knocks 2 people down.
No.
Glorious is so out of position.
No.
The Void Prison as well. They need to run to that Void Prison. They need to hop into it. CPs, you need to get out of here. Oh my goodness. How many people can you hit with one shock and awe? Just about that many, because that was a lot of damage.
Jake's holding his hand up to them like 5, that many.
And
yeah, that was just
everything. When they tried to do something cheeky and it just didn't work. Now
it wasn't really it wasn't a bad call from Glaurung, but they needed to decisively.
My goodness.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
They're
still trading out people, so I guess it's working out in their favor.
They kind of just threw false set away. They tried to get greedy, and they just made this much more okay as Glorious maintains more than a level lead.
So Glaurung in that situation, he saw that the Rainer was probably trailing behind. He had the right call, but the Rainer was getting clipped around the wall from the pull and didn't get pulled all the way into the stun. And they needed to chain those stuns together to make sure that Rainer was going to get eliminated immediately. That never happened. So they're basically left like, oh, dude, I probably just tapped rewind. They got sniped out of his combo trying to do the rewinded combo. So it's like, okay, do we try to kill him? They moved in, and then bam, you get VP'd. Situation's not good. You're in these tight corridors where Shock and Awe is doing a ton of damage.
Yeah.
No bueno.
No bueno indeed. And well, Clairvoyant's going to manage to pick up this golem. It's going to help them out a little bit. It's going to give them some aggression in the top lane. In the meantime, they're going to be golems here. Yeah, they've seen them picked up by Bribe from Brightwing. And all 5 members of both teams are up, but the race to 20 is well in the favor.
Oh, sure, yeah. Having that 1 level lead up is pretty nice. And, I mean, we're going to see a resurgence out of Muradin. We're going to see some extra utility out of Nazeebo's Ravenous Spirit, so it's certainly worth it. It's certainly worth it to get there, you know, a level plus ahead. Gives you the big edge in team fights.
Now they got to wait for Nazeebo and Kerrigan to get here to this fight. The Giant walks right by the golems in the top lane. We can see the Merc battle is happening on the minimap. But this is going to be a big tribute. Now, if this is grabbed up by Glorious, that is in fact a curse, and they don't want to let that happen.
Of course, yep. Just keep my eye on Syracuse here. I want to see what kind of position he's going to try to situate himself in so that he can get so much efficiency out of his Ravenous Spirit.
Just kind of trading blows right
posture.
now.
We do see this often with these tribute fights. They just go in, each team decides to poke till somebody either dives in or someone's out of position.
We like to call it skirt stake here when you skirt around each other.
Is that what they call it?
That's what we call it. That's what I call it. Nirak gets blown up almost immediately, but he tops into the VP to try to stay alive. Oh my goodness, the last possible second. Emerald Wind is used with the Ravenous Spirit in sync. Atlanta on the hunt here. He's going to pick up Nirak, and he's going to go then hard on the Nazeebo player, but Clown is so very low. The leap in from Kerrigan. Syracuse is actually getting out of this somehow, some way, and we see 2 members down on the side of Clairvoyant, and only 1 member down for Glorious, but the blink out for Atlanta.
Glaurung's going in. He wants it. Atlanta's well aware if he's in there because he's sitting in his watchtower. I just don't think he's going to be able to do it.
No,
yeah.
no.
Okay.
He's going to get all that XP from the minions, and they get the curse here, which means they have the aggression.
Sure.
This keep is in a tough spot.
Yeah, and they've also hit level 22, so like we said, we do see that resurgence. We have
Caterpillar gets pulled in and just deleted immediately, just a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
No.
They're probably going to rotate around. Since they have curse, they can take as much advantage of this. Now. They're really going for this.
Oh, they're getting greedy. Now it's a big shock and awe doing a lot of damage to both Glowering and Syracuse. They need to back up because of that alone. Now, without that shock and awe, they had aggression. They were going to do as much as they could, but they say, no, this is not worth the risk anymore.
I think I would have liked to have just seen them back up. They don't have their healer right now, so why not? They have the creeps pushing. Just push out with the creeps and just take the keeps. It's really the safe way.
Push out the creeps, just take the keeps. That's a good song.
You like that rhyme?
Yeah.
I know you like your rhyme, so.
That was very good, Kubi. I'm proud of it.
Thank you.
Now, 5 seconds left on this golem. We can see that their golem did a decent amount of damage, but not quite enough. Yeah. And on the other side, I mean, this is completely pushed in. Curse completely pretty much pushes every single wave.
Sure.
But Golem's a big story right now.
Golem is a big story, and I don't know if they can push with it. They do have mouth down for another 2 seconds, so they're in a position where they can shove out. I don't think that they are in a spot where they can just go for the core with this golem. Not 20 minutes into the game yet, so of course these golems scale up quite a bit more as the game goes on. They do have the level 20 to not 20 advantage, but only for another maybe 10 seconds or so. And yeah, like we said, we just see Clairvoyant popping level 20. There's 3 Bolt of the Storms for Raynor, Malfurion, and Zeratul. Pretty standard picks. Sometimes you see Banshees being upgraded. More often than not, they're going to take Bolt of the Storm. Resurgence for Arthas, and the upgraded Shock and Awe. Extra range and 25% more damage on those Shock and Awes. And he's been landing them, so I'm very much okay with him taking that.
Well, we can see these golems, these giants being picked up here. They want to push with the golem potentially, but they could just rotate around and go for this keep. They got the mercenary pressure here. Let's see if we can grab the keep. Clear up this wave first, of course, though.
Yep, golem is tapping the core right now. You can see the shields are very, very slowly going down. They're dealing with it well enough. And I'd say there's probably another maybe 45 seconds left on the top golem, so they're probably going to back up. They just take their knights. It's sort of the safe play. Oh,
close.
Way off.
Close.
No,
close
I'm not happy with that.
All right, step up your game, Kubi. Well, we have a potential party bush here as they are lying in wait for any member of Clairvoyant that decides to come capture this watchtower for them. Now, they might suspect this. Glorious actually likes to do this a lot. This
they do.
We saw it earlier today.
But why? Why do they think that Clairvoyant is going to be passing through this particular area?
Just to get that watchtower to feel safe. It's almost this, it's like being in your own bed at home. You feel safe. Having that watchtower, you feel safe. And without it, there might be a monster.
I mean, maybe if you're doing something down there in the bottom lane, but they're spending a lot of time sitting in a bush, telling stories to each other, and, hey, do you think they're going to come over here? No. It doesn't appear. I mean, I was like, how long are they actually going to chill here? There's no objective. There's nothing pressing on that bottom lane. Maybe if the golem was like starting to push down from the bottom side of the map or something, you could set a party bush up there. But the vision's nice, but it's not really necessary.
All right, well, we've got reverse party bush here on the other side here for Clairvoyant. They're just lying in wait as this tribute is spawning in the top center of the map. We can see what's going to happen here in the top portion. We see they're just kind of clearing up the creeps, and Atlanta is looking for
poking,
something
scouting.
But they're coming around the bottom. We see the Void Prison go down on 2 members here. Immediately, Glaurung gets a big front Caterpillar. Caterpillar's out of the fight. Atlanta is gone as well. Ravenous is gone. Oh my goodness. The Shock and Awe hits nothing. Nothing going right here. The bolt over the wall from Cthon Luck, and that is going to be nearly an ace as Falsehead flies home to talk to his bird friends because no one else is alive to talk to.
That was Strafe and Ravenous Spirit getting absolute maximum value.
and Emerald Wind and Shock and Awe.
Yeah, it was like everything just went wrong for Clairvoyant there. That was everyone died so fast. It was not a good look for Clairvoyant there.
It's kind of like when I play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
doesn't happen often, but I just get blown up, and that's what happened to them.
Nice. Step your Call of Duty game up.
Well, this tower is going down, and this keep will fall with it. At 3 members of Clairvoyant are down. 4 members pushing in right here, or 5. The Brightwing's kind of hiding. Yeah. You know, just being hidden and stuff. Just Brightwing things. And
yeah, this is going to be a tough position. They're going to rotate around the backside of this wall here, and they're going to push with this golem. They're going to have all the keeps down, and there's still 4 structures standing for Glorious here. They just immediately
God,
take
every single time you have to respect Glaurung, and if he's within 10 feet of you, you need to not be there. Like, it's just time to say, all right, maybe I shouldn't be here, you know? Because Devouring alone is going to blow you up. Like,
Yeah.
you consider Wall of the Dead, you consider Muradin with it.
Yeah, they're missing a good chunk of their DPS here with Falstad being out. Echo is under a lot of pressure. Atlanta's trying to do some work, and he gets Cawthon locked down pretty low. But this Golem pushing in the meantime. The Ravenous Spirit going down, slapping away a Caterpillar.
My
Things
goodness.
are rough.
The Pillar of Kettles is weak. It has to go back into basic, healed up a bit. Raynor is going to fall. Echo is going to fall. Oh, my goodness.
I would like the Void Prison there if they were actually able to deal some more damage to the Golem, but as it is, it just sort of stalls the situation out a little bit.
It just gave...
Clairvoyant Gaming.
Yeah. The Golem
They're
had
going
a
down
T-break.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, CG. They had a great showing, honestly.
They did.
I'm impressed. Clairvoyant, I mean, you guys looked good this week.
Yeah.
We actually haven't had an opportunity to cast many of your games
Right.
because, I mean, there's a lot of events going on, and we've definitely seen you guys play. But you guys looking good. You guys
Right.
are improving week to week. You guys have been
Sure.
around for a long time. And
Yeah, thanks for
GGs.
coming out and playing in Kings of the Storm #4. Hope to see more of you guys in the future. And with that said, Glorious will be moving on to fight. I believe this is Losers Finals. And they'll be playing against Symbiote. I will double check that in a moment for you guys. Yes, they're going to be playing against Symbiote in Losers Finals here. It will be a best of 3, so it's a quick one. And then the winner of that is going to go on to play Cloud9 Maelstrom in the Grand Finals. Good stuff, guys. Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to be good.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Symbiote versus Glorious, and the winner versus Cloud9.
Yeah.
2 huge series. We got, I believe, the Losers Finals is the best of 3.
Yes, it is a best of 3.
The best of 3 here, and then the grand finals are a best of 7.
Right.
Guys, this is your last time to take a break, and this is your last time to go and find your friends and family and tell them to come check this out because these
Cats
games,
and dogs?
Cats and dogs,
Cats
dude.
and dogs,
Oh,
neighbors,
how did I
everybody.
forget? How could I forget? So, guys,
Yeah, we're
be
going to go to a
Yep.
quick break, and then when we're back, we're going to be bringing the Losers Finals to you guys, so don't go anywhere.
it's going to be great.